Good afternoon, adventurers, and welcome to the future. As in, what's happening next. It's up for you to decide. Because there's several other things that I'd like to play as RainWorld winds its way down. I've more or less finished the content that it has for me. The only thing remaining is Monk, which is easy mode, survivor. And the next step is Locked Behind to be announced. The Watcher is not out yet, and there's no mention of when it might be out, so in the meantime, I'm going to be extending into other things like I've always been. But now I have a niche community of people who talk to me and like to interact with things. So I will leave it up to you all, my group of adventurers, to vote on the next things that will be showing up. Now, I know for a fact that there's going to be a large majority of you, possibly, who really want me to play Hollow Knight, because that's like weirdly along the same lines as RainWorld. Small creature in a platforming world with a broody color palette and gameplay that likes to kick you in the nuts. But I've been doing that for a year and I'm a little bit burnt out on it. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to play it. In fact, it will be probably after whatever is next. But now is the time to get into whatever is next. And realistically, what I would actually like to play next is also Locked Behind to be announced, because Sword of the Sea looks fucking awesome. It's beautiful. You surf on a sword across deserts and oceanic landscapes, and it's visually nice and stylized. It's just, we have to digress from that right now. I'll play that when the time comes. But for things that are actually out and available now, let's look at the menu. And the first order of business is Animal Well, which is a Metroidvania puzzle adventure game in this kind of really unique neon blacklight glowing laser tag themed world that reminds me just a little bit of Mall Carpet in the 90s. It looks nice, it sounds nice, it's visually pleasing and has a buttery smooth physics engine and simulation type stuff, and lots and lots and lots of secrets to find, so it's lots of things to do, and it's on the popular side right now, and my interest has been piqued. But next on the menu of things that I would like to play is something completely different. It's called Bramble the Mountain King. I'm not a fan of the title, but the subject matter, very interesting. Very strange, surreal, it's in the woods, I like the woods. It's old school fairy tales, very interesting, and there's a guy who goes, in it. It makes me laugh every time I see this picture, it's funny. But from the gist I get, you get shrinked and you go in the woods and things happen, there's mythology. It looks fun, it's visually pleasing, but in a completely different way from Animal Well. It's realistic. Actually very realistic. They've done a very nice job on those lush foliage and strange creatures, and the Steam page doesn't have this one boss who seems to be rather thick. But that's not why we're gonna play this one. It's to explore the woods and look at Rock Guy and his flower crown, so we can go Next on the menu is Rime, which is something that I haven't really seen anybody cover. It's a very stylized adventure puzzle game in which you're exploring this like sort of almost Greek feeling oceanic island landscape with this large tower and being chased by creatures and things. It feels kind of like Sable, but probably less peril, and this is just what I haven't played it, I don't know yet, but it's like, it will scratch the Sable itch, which has been itching lately. There's lots of game itches lately, including the month-long addiction to Minecraft, but it's 2024, and who's doing a Minecraft Let's Play in 2024? Unless you all want to see that, I'll play it with friends. But back to the point, Rime. Looks fun. Definitely on the list, and probably be playing it at some point regardless of whether or not you want me to, but this is about what's coming up next. Now, let's change gears to something slightly Pixar-flavored, visually, in Kena, Bridge of Spirits, if that is how you pronounce the name. It just struck me visually. Like, I like glittery, foresty art games, if you couldn't tell. It's got interesting combat and beautiful landscapes and is very cartoonish. Almost looks like it's very high production value. Not necessarily trying too hard, but much less indie than the other ones. I think it will be fun. If you want to see it, vote for that. I will be posting a poll after this video so that y'all can vote. But I want everybody to be able to see this and possibly add their own suggestions in the comments below. So please, add suggestions for things that you want me to play that are appropriate for YouTube. And let's just wrap this up with the last couple of things to stick on the bottom of the list. Pseudo Regalia looks interesting because it's Nintendo 64 flavored with allegedly very satisfying movement controls. Also, Capricious Caprine. I've done that before. If you don't like wearing pants, this is perfect. And I could always, crank up Dragon's Dogma 2 for obvious reasons. But I digress. This is just the list of new and interesting things to feature on the channel because I want to grow a little bit. Rain World is very fun, very interesting, although you can't deny that it is a rather niche topic. And I want to move a little bit beyond that into arguably more niche topics, but more is more better, I guess, and more fun. Because I have noticed that the growth on the channel has been a little bit stagnant lately, especially through the middle of Saint. Things were kind of on the floor, which surprised me, although I was able to pick it back up, and Hunter was surprisingly successful. To be honest, I don't know what is like a good success rate on my analytics, because I don't see other people's analytics. Like, I feel that like a 6.1% click-through rate is probably not a particularly good one, but I don't know. Any of the other creators who comment or watch any of these videos, I know there's a few of you out there, I've talked to 2 of you at least, is that like a reasonable click-through rate, or am I doing something egregiously wrong? Or is YouTube spiting me? I feel like they've meddled in the algorithm before. But hey, I don't know. Leave a comment if you do know. If you don't, I don't know, just say hi or something. Like, we're having fun here. It's a community thing. It's community actions, and to be honest, it's just nice kind of talking to people who are, at least for a fleeting moment, interested in the same sort of thing. Another quick update on the channel, I do plan on making some feature videos on content of my own creation, such as writing subjects, world settings, character descriptions, and who lives in the world that I'm working on. They'll come out soon enough on this channel. It's a secret for a future date for other things. I'm also planning on doing some dev blog stuff because I'm bringing back Wildwoods, which is ancient history, as a photography simulator. And I do need to actually get started on Karathok and Sonnet. And Taskmaster. I have not forgotten about Taskmaster, except for till this point in the voiceover. I just wanted to finish Saint to see how things actually sort of quote-unquote ended, so I knew where to set Taskmaster in the grand scheme of things, and believe me, I have some ideas that are a little bit buck wild and a little bit fun, and I'm gonna have an update video on that pretty soon, as well as maybe another character mod for Rain World, because Hunter kind of created a couple of characters in the form of Lavender and Mint, and perhaps Mint didn't die. And maybe Lavender learned a few things about fighting and how to make and wield a sword. It'll be another thing to keep you waiting, because that would arguably be more fun, like just gameplay wise, than the massive brain hurty that is Taskmaster and all of that weirdness. So I will leave you, my beloved adventurers, with this. Vote on the poll, which will be posted after this video is up, or possibly tomorrow if I forget. It is late, and I have to be up at 4 in the morning, because I have a job outside of this. Also, like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell, and do all those YouTube things. Bye!